Good day. Back at it for, I don't know, still working on this quarter panel piece. I've been away for a little while and then Tanya left. So I'm here by myself, and for some dumb reason, I thought it'd be good to get dental surgery done. So they put me on kind of bed rest for a week. I'm not allowed to get hot or any of that sort of stuff. So that's why you can probably hear wind blowing. I got an air conditioner like literally right here trying to keep me cool because I gotta get this done. So where we're at now is I broke down and I bought one of those fancy hole saw bits from Amazon. I mean, not super expensive, one of the cheaper ones. It actually kind of goes a little wonky, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's still working. I kind of got a little ahead of myself, cheated on you a little bit and didn't bring you along for the initial because I wanted to try it and see kind of where we're at. And then I got excited and then I got going. So what ended up happening is there's a little nail in here that's on a spring. So when you put it, it's supposed to put tension against where you're cutting. But because this is so wonky, whenever I did it, the hole saw would walk. So I ended up going to get a little tiny drill bit, and I just drilled pilot holes in the center of these plug welds, and then hit it with the nail. And I got a little rowdy, and drilled right through both panels. But it doesn't matter because this is garbage anyway. So when I put the new one on, we'll just kind of plug that up. So then I tried just kind of walking it a little bit and pried it away with a flathead screwdriver, and it looks like it's worked. So I'm just going to keep walking along here, and then this is where it's going to get spicy. I think what I'm going to end up having to do is zip this because this is so bent. I can't obviously get to the welds that are underneath here. The big thing is not to damage the firewall or the pillar support. So we're going to have some fancy stuff to do in here. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So we'll keep moving. Try not to drop filings in my shoes with no socks. I did get some cutting oil for this, but I got like 10 of these blades, so I want to see how they work. See how many I can do before they get dull. Actually works pretty darn good. A lot better than a drill bit. You can kind of feel it when it goes through the first layer. It kind of gives a little bit. That's the way. I don't think I'm going to be able to get under there. Man, this just is bad. Yeah, that's the way. This is great. Oh, perfect. Went right through. Kind of, guess comes with experience, and since this is the first time I'm doing this, I just don't have that. But that's okay. We shall get there. There we go. So I gotta do this with my right hand. Left-handed, I am not. That's gotta get through. I don't know how I didn't punch all the way through that. But we'll keep going. So now these welds over here are the ones that I can't get a drill into, so I think I might go get the death wheel there and just zip it. See if I can fold it out of the way. And that's the part I don't. So there's a, it's hard to see, I'm sorry. There's a flap here that's bent at an angle, and it's actually up at the firewall. So if I grind at that, I got to be really careful. It's kind of a double-edged sword. So let's see what we can do here. There we go. Ow. Wow, what a bear. What a bear. Oh, there's another spot weld there. Dang it. Oh, it's that seam sealer. Damn it. Really thought I would have got through that stuff. There's just so much sharp metal here. I just know I'm going to be going for stitches. Oh, it's welded. Yeah, I can see him now. So, okay. General carnage, as you can see. So, where we're at now, and I'm going to take a little break here, but I got all this, the way that this torque box was just pushed up against everything. I don't need any of this stuff. So I've just been cutting and hacking. Like I said at the beginning, I just got to be mindful of this and the firewall. So, but as I was thinking about this, I also want to be really careful. I did buy a piece of angle iron to go to the floor to give some kind of structural support as I'm cutting this out. But what I don't want to do is cut the whole floor out with the torque box. And you can kind of see where I'm going with that. If I cut that floor out, I'm essentially notching it. And then when I support the body off of the mounts on the frame, I have a potential to start twisting stuff. So I think the plan forward is going to be to finish this off, get this front half of the torque box out from here to here, and then I'll get the seat out and then start working on the torque box all the way back. And then I'll get the new torque box set into place, even though this will be literal end of the world stuff. But at least that'll give me something to support the Jeep with, and then I can set it back down onto the body mounts and get it somewhat kind of lined up, the torque box that is. Maybe even put a couple bolts in it just to get it kind of square and set. The Jeep is not going to be back to its original form. There's going to be likely some stuff that's bent, i.e. the trans tunnel, you know, maybe the seat portion here. There's stuff that's likely twisted and bent. So to try and put everything back kind of the way it should be, stuff isn't going to line up. So it's better to just kind of assemble it and let it lie where it lies, get the body mount square, and then plug weld it into wherever it wants to sit. That way it's you know, it's good. As long as the frame is straight, everything else will kind of fall into place. So I got to get out of this heat so I don't screw up my dental surgery here. And then I'll get cracking on this a little bit later. Welcome back. You probably didn't really have a break, but I did. So we're still making a little bit of headway here. I'm going to bring in But I did work on it a little bit after I turned the camera off. Sorry, I cheated a little bit. But I have the plan forward for the rest of the day. So here's what we're gonna do. You can kind of see, what did I do with my light? So this is kind of what I've been working on, and you can see it here. This is obviously the torque box here. I made some cuts so that I could try and peel this down and away. And I did, but down in there, it's hard to see because of the shadows, but you can see where I've broken a couple of the welds, and the rest are kind of splitting. So I think I'm just gonna do this, continue with some brute force. And then here, again, is the corner that I was fighting with. So up here, there was a couple of welds. I drilled those and got the flap off, just kind of pried it. And then I pounded it with a metal chisel and cut it. So, because again, I don't want to damage this whole section up to here. This is actually the floor pan. It comes over to this section, and then this is obviously where it welds to the support frame. And then I actually bent this back a little bit so I could see there's another weld down in here. But again, this is part of the floor pan. So now that I've got it kind of open, I think I might just cut it and start getting that away. So the goal for the rest of the time that I have with you here now is just to get this front section up to here. You can see I made a cut with the Sawzall and the grinder halfway through the torque box. So I'm going to keep going down that route. I'm going to get the torque box to here, and then maybe cut some of this away so I can make room for when I get the new torque box in. It'll sit kind of flush. And then obviously around here is going to be more fun, in the sense that all along here, when the light's right, you can actually see, oh, here, there you go, I cleaned it. You can see all those little welds. Those need to be drilled out. So the floor pan actually welds here to the firewall. This is where the lip is. So all this will go away, and then I got to make a cut down in there. So right now I'm going to get this off, this whole section off, and then we'll go from there. There we go. Actually saw that give. That's awesome. Okay. So now we're making really good progress. Whoa, what the heck happened? I bought these cheap blades at Harbor Freight, and they really are cheap. I already broke one and bent another one, but they're way cheaper than the other ones. So okay, now I got that away and that away. So now I should be able to see how this torque box is welded, if at all. And it doesn't appear to be there. So I think this is just bolted here. Oh no, there's probably some welds up there. Guaranteed. Yeah, I can see them. Ah, nuts. Okay, I'm gonna have to clean some stuff up. I'm gonna get the creeper down here real fast, and I'll get those drilled out, and then I'll show you kind of after. You know, there's no point in you sitting here watching me sprawl all over the floor and do this. I mean, you get the idea of what we're trying to do. So I'll be right back. Okay, now you don't get to see my ugly mug anymore. We've kind of moved inside, so you can see by the carnage kind of in this general area. I got everything all cut away. So I cut away that piece that was hanging in my way, left all these sharp edges, and I got to the torque box. So I've kind of peeled it down away. Here, I'll bring you kind of close. we'll do a quick little walkthrough. So down here, you can see all the welds. I didn't drill those welds, I just pried them and broke them because there's really no point. Up in here, this is where it's gonna start getting fun because this floor pan actually comes around and it tucks and it goes in and then it goes flat and then it's welded on the backside to the structural support. The new one isn't like that. The new one just comes across and then comes straight so that you can, you know, tack weld the side panel to it, and then it's weird. So it's definitely a lot different. So what I might end up doing is just zipping this and then getting this all out of the way, and then I'll work on cleaning that up. It'll give me some space to get in there. So what I've done now is, and they're really hard to see. So the spot welds, the big thing that I learned on these is don't sand the floor. Don't sand the paint off trying to find them. If you hold the light at certain angles, you can see, you know, if you just kind of work it, you can see. So let me see if I can do this without blinding you. The welds are actually right here. There's one, there was one, you know, and then working down, they come down in pretty evenly spaced. So if you just shine the light on them different ways, if you get an idea from underneath where they are, you can find them. And then what I did is I just did what I did before. I drilled a pilot hole into each of them so that I can get the hole saw out. Now, I can see it, but you probably can't, even in 4K. The way that the light hits it, there's one right there, and there's another one right there. I can see the circle. And then there's another one right at the base of the light, right there. So the trick is not to sand away the paint and the surface, because you can actually find them pretty easy. I didn't drill these ones out because it's behind my cut that I'm gonna make right here, because the object is to just get this section out for today. So that's what I'm gonna keep working on. And then obviously, hey, there's the floor plug that was missing. There's a hole, oh, right there. That's supposed to go in there. I don't know how it fell down in, but. So that's what I'm gonna work on right now. I'll switch the camera views so you can follow along. It's great having two cameras, I'm telling you, because now I don't have to constantly stop and reposition myself and all that sort of stuff. It makes the work go a little bit quicker. And especially since I'm on a timeline, I'm already sweating, which I got this air conditioner literally sitting right here, blowing on me, and it's just too hot, especially when you're Canadian. Now again, these ones I don't care if I go all the way through, because this floor is going to get cut out eventually. I heard it. Oh yeah, it's because I went all the way through. Oh, that's awesome. Can't get a good angle on some of these because the brake pedal's in the way. Oh, that's why the nail's bent. Like, why is that going so crooked? I don't know what else to call it. It's not a nail, it's a guiding pin. But obviously I just bent it. But that's okay. I think I got what I needed to get off. I hope. If not, I'll find out real quick. There goes one. Come on, ollie a pop. That one's out, that one's out. That one's out. Okay. I think I know what I need to do next. And I'm going to use the Sawzall because I don't want to use the angle grinder. No way, could it be that easy? Haha! There it is. There it is. Okay, I'm excited now. Holy cow. You can see where the, so this is supposed to be straight, and you can see when it was impacted, the way it was hit, it pushed the mounting bolt for the body mount like wickedly crooked. So I would have never gotten that straight anyways without mangling all the threads, but that's one little small victory. Okay. And life is good. So let's kind of recap where we are right now. I'm trying to do these videos in 10 to 20 minute segments, kind of max. I appreciate your all time, and I know y'all time. I'm getting confused between Texas and Canada now. But anyway, I appreciate all of your time. This is really kind of a new adventure for me, and I'm glad you guys have chosen to come along. So before I end it, just like and subscribe. You know, definitely comment. So to wrap this one up, I just got to clean up this edge. I'm basically, now that you can see this, I'll bring you in close again. Now that you can see this really well, the intent is, I've spoke about it a few times, the new floor pan comes up to right around here. Comes to just about a half an inch above this the seat riser. So the intent will obviously be to cut it right along the bottom here, all the way right through to here. So what that means is this stuff right here is I've got to figure out a way to straighten that out as best that I can, because this, I can't replace that. And then we'll obviously make a cut. I'll use this as a pointer. I'll obviously make a cut all the way down here, up the top, and then all that seam sealer will eventually have to come out. That's where the lip is for the new floor pan. So once all that's done, it'll be basically as good as new. Actually, while you guys are here, I'm gonna see if I can slip this new floor pan in here, and we'll have a look at it and see how it's gonna fit. Too much junk. And this, I tell you, if I knew what this wire was for, I'd cut it. It's really making me angry. Okay, so obviously it's not going to sit in where it needs to sit because it has that lip on the back side. But I mean, you get the idea. So actually it comes, yeah, it's gonna go forward about a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch because there's a lip up in there that has to tuck in. So this will, when this gets cut away, that lip right there will join up to this piece right here. So it'll all go in. Then the new side piece that I'll cut along here will, so the new door skin, or sorry, new quarter skin that's going to go on will butt weld to here, or plug weld to here, and it'll mate up with this piece. And then there's that inside piece that I cut out that attaches to here and comes down and attaches to the torque box. So really, it's just like Lego. I really wasn't kidding when I keep saying that. It's like Lincoln Logs. You just gotta kind of work it. All in all, a successful day. I can't talk. Maybe it's because of the dental surgery. I don't know. But so I think that's going to do it for today. Now I can get these mitts off and go get cleaned up. And so yeah, Tanya's gone. My goal is to get this done in 1 month. So actually, because I lost this week with this whole business, I got 3 Saturdays. And in those 3 Saturdays, I got to get this all done. I got to get the front end all reassembled. I got to finish sanding it. I got to sand down the hood because Tanya really wants that decal gone. She really does not like it. And she said, if it's a big deal, don't worry about it. But you know, when they give you that kind of sad face, yeah, it just kind of pulls a little bit. So I'm going to go through the extra effort and get that all gone. So that means I got to paint the hood. I got to paint the doors. I got to swap out the tailgate because I bought a new one off of Luis, a new used one that doesn't have all the crap on it and it's not all bent and broken. So I got that. I got to get the old one off. And then I got all the interior work to do. So I got a surprise that I'm not going to divulge right now. And it's not a surprise for you, it's a surprise for Tanya. She really likes kind of some creature comfort. So I worked on a surprise and got that all done. I actually ordered it yesterday. It'll be here next week. So anyways, thanks for sticking around. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one.